Before Fifth Harmony, Little Mix, and the crowning of Queen Bee, there was girl group Destiny's Child, a girl group that started with a series of additional on-again, off-again group members, eventually dwindled to 3 children of destiny named Kelly Rowland, Beyoncé Knowles, and Michelle Williams. They provided the soundtrack to our lives through the late 90s and early 2000s with a gang of hits including Survivor, Say My Name, Bills, 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 Lose My Breath, and of course, Bootylicious. The trio sold more than 60 million albums worldwide and became the most successful girl group of all time. But all good things, like cake, unfortunately must eventually come to an end, and the group went their separate ways in 2005. It's been almost 9 years since they called it quits, so what the heck have these ladies been up to? Wonder no more, because Clevver's bringing you up to date with a special Destiny's Child Where Are They Now rundown. Before Destiny became 3, additional members included Lativia Robertson, LaToya Luckett, and Farrah Franklin. Following the split, Robertson and Luckett formed their own group, but their album was never released. Since then, Robertson has performed in various stage plays and recently gave birth to a baby girl. LaToya signed a deal with Capitol Records, released a couple albums, and was certified platinum by the RIAA in 2006. Along with taking upon a few acting roles, LaToya is gearing up to release a 3rd album set for release sometime this year. Farrah Franklin was only in the group for 5 months, and since Destiny, she was signed and dropped from a few different music labels, starred in a couple independent films, along with doing some modeling. Franklin made headlines recently for being charged with disorderly conduct after being kicked out of a house party. Ooh. According to CNN, Franklin was basically freaking the out. Alcohol and drugs were alleged, but Franklin declined the use of any illegal substances. She was freed on $280 bail. But enough spring cleaning, let's get to the members who became the true Destiny's Child. Let's begin with the gorgeous Ms. Michelle Williams. Michelle officially joined the group somewhere between 1999 and 2000 and made her debut on Destiny's Child's 3rd album, Survivor. How do we say this delicately? Michelle has always kind of been the Kevin Jonas of the group, the Tito Jackson, if you will, but a valued member nonetheless. And Michelle actually has done quite well for herself as a solo act, despite what some may assume. Michelle put out 2 gospel records in 2002 and 2004. After Destiny's Child went their separate ways, Williams released her first solo pop album in 2008 with the inspirational song titled If We Had Your Eyes. Michelle then released another single in 2013 and most recently released Say Yes, which is included on her 4th studio album, Journey to Freedom. The song features cameos by fellow group members Kelly and Beyoncé, and the fact that these 3 are still making music together really warms my heart. Say Yes peaked at number 1 on the US Hot Gospel Songs chart and also charted in Belgium, France, and the UK. In addition to making music, Michelle has spent a good amount of her time on the Great White Way, otherwise known as Broadway. Michelle made her Broadway debut in Ida and has since starred in The Color Purple, Chicago, What My Husband Doesn't Know, and Fila. She also additionally did some TV work in the sitcom Half and Half. And finally, Michelle's 4th solo album, Journey to Freedom, was recently released on September 9th, and we wish her much success. Next up is the feisty Ms. Kelly Rowland. Kelly, along with Beyoncé, was one of the OG Destiny's Child members who had been there from the group's conception. I still remember those early Destiny's Child days. Following the group's separation, Kelly released her 2nd solo album in 2007 called Ms. Kelly, which included international hits such as Work and Like This. In 2009, when Rowland was featured on David Guetta's #1 dance hit, When Love Takes Over, the single's success inspired her to include more dance music on her 3rd album, released in 2011, titled Here I Am. This album brought us hits like Commander and Motivation. In 2011, Kelly served as a judge on the 8th season of The X Factor UK, and 2 years later took her seat as a judge on the final season of The X Factor US, where I got to interview Kelly more than once. Definitely a life highlight for me. That same year, Kelly released her 4th album called Talk a Good Game, which received pretty positive reviews and included some revealing music like Dirty Laundry. Kelly has done quite well since Destiny's Child, selling over 27 million records as a solo artist. Congrats. She has also won Grammys, a Billboard Music Award, and a Soul Train Music Award this year, and Fuse ranked Kelly number 20 on their 100 most award-winning artists lists. Not too shabby if you ask me. And aside from her music career success, Kelly is currently pregnant with a bun in the oven. Congrats, Destiny now has a new child coming. Kelly also recently sat beside Jay-Z and Blue Ivy as they watched Beyoncé receive the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at this year's VMAs. And talk about coming full circle, Beyoncé and Kelly have known each other since the divas were in diapers, or close to it, and now they're moms together. I'm pretty sure this is every pair of best friends' dream. And before we catch up Destiny's final member, can we just take a moment to remember how epic it was when Kelly and Michelle joined Beyoncé on stage for her 2013 Super Bowl halftime concert for an unprecedented Destiny's Child reunion? I'm still crying. And finally, you may remember this third member. You just saw her in that clip, something Knowles? Of course, I kid. It's Queen Bee. Beyoncé has sure come a long way since Destiny's Child and is showing no signs of slowing down. Where do I even start? Following Destiny's split, Sasha Fierce released her second solo album, B-Day, in 2006, which brought us hits like Deja Vu with Jay-Z, Irreplaceable, and Beautiful Liar. Queen Bee then proceeded to take over the cinematic world, starring in films like Dreamgirls, The Pink Panther, Obsessed, and Cadillac Records. In 2008, Bee released her third album, I Am Sasha Fierce, and her career basically went from amazing to boss status. In 2010, she took home 6 Grammys and was literally everywhere thanks to singles like Single Ladies and Run the World. She then took over management herself over her career and released her 4th album, 4, in 2011 with my favorite song, Love on Top. And did I mention she married Jay-Z a few years early and became queen of the music industry? Minor side note. Fast forward to a couple years later, Queen Bee knocked the power out at the Super Bowl with a show-stopping performance and then literally shut down the internet with the surprise release of her visual album, Beyoncé, in 2013. Recently, Bee slayed 2 mega successful tours back-to-back with her Mrs. Carter tour and then the On the Run tour with her hubby, Jay-Z. The superstar has won a total of 17 Grammy Awards, has sold over 75 million records as a solo artist, and is hands down one of the best entertainers the industry has seen since MJ. In 2009, Billboard named her the top radio songs artist of the decade and artist of the millennium in 2011. The next year, she gave birth to Blue Ivy and officially became the hottest mom to ever walk the planet. In 2013 and 2014, she was included in Time Magazine's list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Not to mention, she was included in Forbes Celebrity 100 this year and became the highest paid African American musician in history. Are we even sure this woman is human? She's got to be plugged in somewhere, right? And there you have it. Now that you're all caught up on what Destiny's Child has been up to for the past 9 years, you can just jam to Bootylicious with your mind at ease. So tell us, what are some of your favorite Destiny's Child memories? Hit up the comment section and then click right here to see the best Beyoncé music videos of all time so far. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm Misty Kingma. I'll see you Destiny fans later.